Moment. I just had one more thing I needed to do to make sure that the meeting is being conducted properly on the Zoom, on the YouTube channel that we have. So just one second. Okay, we're good. So good morning. I'm going to welcome everybody to court this morning. And I'm with attorney that I've already been here. I'm going to go ahead and get y'all started with Mr. Matson because you've heard all the things I say. Y'all have heard it before, as they say. Mr. Matson, if I could, and just welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. Mr. Matson, if I could just have you unmute and just quickly tell everybody your name and who you are.
Morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Madsen, prosecutor for Temple.
Thank you. Mr. Matson, you and Mr. Glass, we've got you. I see you waving. We're going to, oh, you were probably waving at the prosecutor. We're going to go ahead and kick off the pretrial docket with Mr. Matson going off to a breakout space, and they're meeting first with Mr. Swain. And there we go. There they go. So I'm the judge of the court, Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. Let me just quickly, I just have only one person that I want to make sure I know who's here, make sure I have the right files pulled. It's a person, Myabme. Can you give me your full name? Yes, ma'am. Can you give me your full name?
Me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said I'm off name. Sorry. I'm apologies. My name's Lee Warren Carrington.
Carrington. Give me just a moment. Oh, there we go. Got you now. You are on the docket, and now I've got you in the right place because I saw you log in, but the name didn't match my file. And I just wanted to, are you also known as LaJuan Carrington?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to make sure when I'm talking to someone, I like to have the right information in front of me. So it won't change anything on the screen, will change, but it will be temporary,
Okay.
just so that I don't lose track of you. And that way I know where you are in the line. Okay. So, and then I'll remute you respectfully, and you'll have an opportunity to talk to both myself and the prosecutor here shortly.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So I do just want to, I always give kind of an overview. I want to make sure folks know, a little bit about the type of court we are. And that has to do with, what kind of cases are before the court this morning. So it's all traffic related. So I'll restrict my comments to traffic related items. So I do want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, these are methods under our laws for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. It's an accusation. When you give a plea, giving a plea is giving an answer or a response to that accusation. And we are presumed to be not guilty. And that does not change unless we change it. Or if we go to trial, a jury might find us not guilty or guilty. It could change there potentially. So it's your case, okay? And when you give me a plea, you're communicating what you have to say about that offense. But you're not required to prove anything until unless there is a trial. Prior to entering a plea, if you wish to meet with an attorney of your choice, you can delay your case and say, Judge, I need some time. And at that point, I give you that time to meet with an attorney. If you hire an attorney, that's not in any way a problem. If you don't and you come back without an attorney, that's not a problem either. So there's not an obligation to hire someone just by exercising that right. It's a simple, let's hit pause. Let's give you an opportunity. Decide what you want to do about that. Come on back either way. So if you didn't know that, there's a lot of information on our website and there's a lot of information out there. But if you didn't know that and now you're thinking, I'd like to do that, just let me know and we'll go from there. I do want to tell you that when you enter a plea, what I do as judge is go in the direction that you're taking your case. Okay. If you enter a plea of not guilty, which there are many people here, the majority of today's setting is for folks who have pleaded not guilty. If you enter a plea of not guilty, I'm moving that case toward trial. That means that the state will have what we call the burden of proof, and they will be required to, at trial, present their case. And they need to decide if they're going to meet their burden. So I do informally task the prosecution at this setting to please make sure that he can prepare his case and take it to trial. And that if he has faults with his case or an issue with his case, that he be transparent about that as quickly as possible. So just be aware that he's got a charge. I respectfully ask that you do the same, but you're not obligated to do that. He is an officer of the court, so I have a little more, I can set a tone. Okay. So you will meet with that prosecutor if you've pleaded not guilty. He's not your lawyer. He represents the state. He represents the opposing side. Okay. So you're not required to share information about your strategy or anything like that with him. You may choose to discuss the case if you wish. I have asked him to make an offer to you if he is willing to make an offer and to express a willingness or a lack of willingness so that you know his position on that. There are options available in courts like this one. They work a little bit differently from our higher level courts in the state, and I'm going to talk about those in just a moment. Before I do that, I'm just going to pull a few files so that I can talk to Mr. Matson and Mr. Swain. Mr. Swain is here representing several parties. And I think, but I'm not positive yet, most of these, he has actually met with this prosecution before. So they needed to touch base today. And we're going to check in and see where we are. So let's do that. Let's start with the Arevalo Flechas. Am I saying that correctly? Do either of you know?
Yes, that sounds close, at least, Judge.
Okay, let's start with that one. Where are we with regards to the single accusation of speeding?
Judge, if we could get one more reset on that date.
Sure.
Mr. Swain's client needs a little bit more time to get the things I've requested.
That's fine. February 25th is our next pretrial Zoom date. Are you both available on that date?
I am, Judge.
I need to double check my calendar, Judge, but I think I'm actually going to be out that day.
Oh, Mr. Matson, you are cutting out, huh? We've got to know prosecution as
I
soon
believe I
as you
need to
know.
check my calendar, but I might be out that day.
Okay. Always tell us as soon as you know, because boy, we are set out a little bit on these. On the Zoom, we're pretty far out because well, he hasn't said yes or no yet. Are you able to check it now?
I'm checking right now, Your Honor.
Got it. Couldn't tell by your face, sorry. And I'm trying to pull mine up because everything is slow today. Here we go. We probably need to talk about spring break and training being disruptive to the calendar for me after court today. We've closed the ones earlier to that, so it would need to be after that. But the problem is that I unfortunately have to go to judge's school. So we have another interruption. And Mr. Glass, are you laughing at me? You know, it's required, and it should be by law, that judges stay up to date and go to judges school every year. And we have a requirement. And you know, they take attendance. So it's not a golf trip like some folks, I guess, but Anywho, as soon as Mr. Matson's got his calendar checked, we'll know what we need to look at. I think what we'll have to.
I did just find it, Your Honor. I am going to be out that day.
Oh, okay. Let me make a note of that. So I'll actually cancel that date. Give the court a second. We're so confident in that date. It's going to take me a minute. What now? That's fine. Let's look at, okay, we have that as a Zoom date. That's good. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this set up because it took a bunch of access away in this computer.
Okay, just a real quick question. Hang on just a moment. Yeah, you have to. I thought they talked to you about it. Okay, let's let her set that up. I'm gonna take the 18th as the next available Zoom, but we'll have to send it to them once we get it put in the system. Okay. You know, it's funny, all this technology that helps us, and it's great when it's working great, but we've had a few changes that are just making a problem. So that's actually going to land on, let's check our calendars, the 18th of March for the Zoom. And I'm hoping that that works for you attorneys on that date. Mr. Swain, will that work for you, sir?
Yes, Judge, that date is good.
Fantastic. And Mr. Matson, will that work for you?
Yes, Judge, that day looks fine.
Okay. Now, Mr. Swain, because I have to get the technology to cooperate, and I've got somebody already started working on that, but we will email that to you probably later today or this morning, the link and the the setting form. So just look for that in your email, because we've got to create the link before we can send it, is what I'm saying very inartfully. So I will have that for this particular case, and the clerk's office is already getting us taken care of, as they so wonderfully do. And let's move on to the next case. And I have that.
Judge, we'll start with the Wilfredo Lucas Montes. That's okay.
Yes, that's great.
An offer of deferral was accepted on this one. And the terms are going to be a 120-day period with a 6-hour course due by day 60 and payment of the $244 by day 30.
Okay. Mr. Swain, do you, on behalf of your client, agree to terms of deferral that will result in a dismissal?
Yes, we do, Judge.
Okay, we will email that to you for your signature here shortly. The way that I understand it, it's a 120-day deferral, payment due on the 30th day, a 6-hour course due on the 60th day, no other terms and conditions that are unique to the charge, but the general terms of no more offenses, no warrants, no failures to appear, keep the address current with the court, and the case will be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Matson, did we get it right?
You did, Judge.
Okay, we will email that over to you here shortly. And I believe the last case of Mr. Swain's is going to be the Besner case. Is that right?
Yes, Judge. There are 2 citations attached to Ms. Besner.
Yes.
And first, I'd like to do a reduction on the balance of those.
On both?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is your request?
So the offense from August 19th, its
Okay.
current total is $279. I'd like to reduce that to $179. And then the offense from September 12th, the total balance is $284. I'd like to reduce the balance of that to $184.
Okay. So removal of $100 of fines. And then what happens after that once I get that done with the court?
And then both of those cases will be placed on a deferral, 120-day terms with a 6-hour course due just on one of the offenses. I'm not going to require a course for both citations.
At 60 days?
Yes. And
Okay.
then the payment of the balance by the 30th day.
The total balance on them both?
I believe that was the understanding. Is that correct, Mr. Swain?
Yes, yeah, that was what I had.
Okay. So just to make sure, reductions first of $100 on each case of the fine. The court will approve that reduction. Then the request is to take the case to a deferral process, both cases running in tandem, 120 days total, 6-hour course on one case. Do y'all have an opinion or care about which one?
No, Your Honor.
I will apply it to the second offense because the rate of speed is higher. So it seems logical to me to do that. And then if that's no objection, I'll move on to the balance in total due by day 30. Otherwise, the
That
regular,
sounds great, Your Honor.
thank you.
Mhm.
Otherwise, the regular terms and conditions of deferral would apply, as I just mentioned on the other cases. Is that the understanding that you have come to with each other?
It is,
It
Judge.
is, Your Honor.
Fantastic. I will send that over. That's going to take a few minutes because I've got to do several steps in there. And once we get that, Mr. Swain, we will email the copy for your signature to the email that we have on file. And we want to get that back today.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. Anything further for either party on cases pending before the court with Mr. Swain's office?
No, Judge.
That's all I have, Judge.
Okay, then Mr. Swain, without further request, you are free to go with the thanks of the court. I hope you have a blessed new year with
Thank
clarity
you.
and joy.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Mr. Matson, I'm going to move you forward with Mr. Alcozer and his client Fernando Arvizu. Am I saying that correctly, Mr. Alcozer? How do you say it? I'm so sorry. You're on mute. Let me have you unmute. Oh, you weren't on mute. I'm sorry. Let's try again. You know, for whatever reason, it says you're not muted, but I cannot hear you. Do you think perhaps your volume could be down? I'm seeing a no shake, so I'm assuming not. Um, hmm. Can anyone else hear him? Okay.
I cannot hear me, the judge.
Okay, so it's on your end. Now you're muted again, which is fine because maybe that'll trick it into, nope, you're not back. Ooh, okay. I think normally the best course of action, if it's not real obvious, is you're not going to lose your place in line. I'll move one person ahead of you and let you log off, log right back in. I'll then see if we can brainstorm if it's still a problem, and just keep you moving forward. I don't want to thwart you, but y'all have to be able to talk. Is that okay with you? Can you do that? Mr. Alcozer, are you able to do that? Yes or no? Thought I saw yes. So I'm going to let you do that. I'll let you log out. I will move forward with Mr. Glass.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning. You're heading on over to that meeting. Oh, then he froze because he's moving over. Mr. Mr. Alcozer, do you need me to log you out or can you hang up and dial right back in? Oh, it looks like you are connecting to audio. At least it's trying to, so that's good. I'm going to talk to the clerk for a quick moment. Yes, ma'am. Yes. That's the first step on there. Reduce both. It's like, Mr. Alcozer, it's like your system can't find the audio. It says it's trying. That's why I'm thinking that if you hang up and dial right back in, I'll be watching. I'll let you right back in. Maybe it will just sync better somehow. I'm not an IT expert, but having been doing this for quite a while, it seems like it generally that will 50% of the time that's going to solve the problem when there's no other problem that we can locate. I don't like to hang up on you, so I need you to say yes, hang up, Judge, and I'll dial back in. Yes or no? No, he seems to want to work on it, so he may know things I don't about his own system. So I'm going to move forward. Nathan Fain, sir, can you unmute? This is the non-pretrial docket, and we have a payment plan that has gotten behind. I'm going to make sure first, Mr. Fan. Is it Fan or Fain?
Fame.
Mr. Fain, thank you. I want to make sure that, and I do appreciate your note to the court. Thank you very much for just giving me an explanation. And I'm sorry that you're going through a lot of change right now. Sometimes can be very frustrating for folks. I do understand. So I could, there's a lot that we can do. You were on a pretty hefty plan. It looks like, are you still working though?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. And you're paid every 2 weeks at your position?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not saying we want to use this date, but what is your next pay date?
Tomorrow. So it's basically today because the new year they're paying early. So
Okay. So just in respect with that, is it like every other Tuesday?
yes, ma'am. Every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday. I'm sorry. Yeah. So on the 15th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow, you would get paid again. Is that a correct statement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I want to do is see if we could just kind of change what you're doing. And what we could do is we could just make it where you pay $40 a month, or if you want to have it land on a pay date, we could just go like 20 every 2 weeks, starting in 2 weeks.
That
So
would work really well for me, Judge.
the 2020 like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you able to get to either get to the court today? I know you're in Cove, or get to a place where you can print out the new payment plan and sign it and send it back to us?
Yes, ma'am. I can get right back to the courtroom.
Okay. You don't have to come in person. You're welcome, of course, to do that. Starting the 15th of February, $20 every 2 weeks, beginning 2/15. And should we email that to you and you can email it back to us?
That would be great.
Okay. Is that better than walking in? Are you outside?
So I actually work up here in Temple, so I literally can. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes from you guys.
Okay. We'll have it at the front desk waiting for you, and that way you can get a copy and you'll have it all in your hands. Just any time today will work. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do you have any idea when you might be coming?
I could be there within the 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Come on over.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much again for your help.
Listen, I hope things get better soon for you. I'm sorry you're going through a rough patch, but keep up the good work, and it's going to get better somehow. It will.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sometimes we
Yes,
just have to put one foot in front of the other, and we start walking, and before we know it, we're getting somewhere.
yes, ma'am.
Happy New Year to you, sir. Okay.
Happy New Year.
You can hang up, and when you get here, any clerk up front can help you. They'll have it on the back wall to bring out for you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Okay, so we're waiting on attorneys, and we're waiting on attorneys, but we're all here working, and I just want to now go to the next person, but I haven't really given a lot of background information, and I usually will when we're talking about the possibility of people needing to know their options. So I want to go ahead and let you know a little more. So in the way that our laws work in the state of Texas, we have some assumptions that get made. And also information that's helpful to know is when you have an accusation or a case, as they say, in a municipal court, there can be ways to gain a dismissal. And the law presumes if we plead guilty or no contest, guilty means I did it. No contest means I'm not saying I did or didn't do it. I just want to move forward. And in that context, guilty or no contest, moving forward means we're moving towards sentencing. At that point in time, some cases are eligible for dismissal for compliance, or if you complete a driver safety course program, or if you do a deferral, or if you commit and complete teen court. Teen court is for high school students. I don't actually see any students here this morning, so I'm going to skip that one unless somebody needs me to. If you need me to go through that one, what I'll do is when it's your turn, let me know. I do occasionally get older students who are in a high school equivalency program, but I don't see anybody likely, so I'm not going to go over that one at length. But the compliance dismissals are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. If you've got something like that, a compliance case, you can expect that the judge is looking, because the language that enables those enables me to start looking and seeing if I can get you there on a plea of guilty or no contest. I'll start asking questions. For example, if you have a vehicle registration charge and you can't, you've got the thing up to date and you're on time, you can pay a $20 fee instead of like $200. And I'm going to assume that most of us would prefer to get it dismissed and save money in that order. I'm going to assume that most people, would like to save money. And most people probably also wouldn't mind having a dismissal. But money is a big concern for us, especially when we come to court with a traffic accusation. So I assume folks are looking for that dismissal, and the law lets me dig in and see if I can get you to a dismissal. You can expect that as judge of the court that I will do that, because the law allows me to dig on in and talk to you about it and see if we can get you there. The second way to gain a dismissal is through a driver safety course. With that option, if you're eligible to be in that program and you qualify, and then you complete the program on time and get it all done, you do save money and you keep it off your record. I might be talking about that a little bit more in a moment, but also that is a way to save money and gain a dismissal from your record. If you do or ask for and complete a deferred disposition, the judge of the court can always say, I'm not approving that or I'm approving that, but you have to generate the request. There in a Class C court, you can ask the judge directly for a deferral on a plea of guilty or no contest. And the judge should stay open-minded and fair about whether he or she is granting that. I'm very open to those requests, but you have to make the request. A deferred is like a period of time. People often call it probation. It's not really, but it's a period of time of good behavior. That's why people think of it like probation. We sort out your fines and costs. Sometimes there's a record, a course, a document of some kind. You keep your address current, you don't get more tickets, you don't get arrested, and you come to court on time. Those are conditions. If you do all of those things, mostly it's don't do things like don't move without telling us, don't reoffend, don't get arrested. The affirmative things are we sort out a payment option that's appropriate for your situation, and I let you know whether I'm imposing a course or a record of some sort. At the end of that deferral period, which can last up to 6 months, the case is dismissed as long as the conditions that are listed on your form are met with. So the way that you request that in a Class C court, guilty or no contest, I would like a deferred. It's simple like that. And then finally, teen court, which I won't go into. So those are the 4 dismissal options. Let me know if you have any questions when it's your turn. We're going to just jump back in. I see Mr. Glass and Mr. Matson have come back in the space. And Siddharth Lingalia is the person's case that we're discussing. So where are we, gentlemen, on this matter? The single charge.
Judge, Mr. Lingal, it's my case.
Oh, I apologize, Mr. Wolf. I grabbed the wrong file. Roy Lara, excuse me. I had attorney at the top and I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, Mr. Lara's case, excuse me, also a speeding accusation. Where are we with that?
Your Honor, we have reached an agreement for Mr. Lara.
Okay.
I'm about to send over a motion to reduce the speed on this offense to Aaron. And then once that has been entered by the court, payment will be made on that citation.
Is that what we call a straight hit?
Yes, Judge, it would be a plea of no contest.
Okay, let me ask you a question. The reduction, how much is the reduction?
It would reduce the speed to be 71 and a 65.
So that's a reduction of speed to 71 and a 65?
Yes, Your Honor. And I just sent that over to Aaron.
Fantastic. And then once the court's record reflects that change, when is payment made?
I think it's appropriate to give him 30 days to pay.
Okay. There has to be payment in that 30 days or the amount goes up by state law, but I don't have a problem with 30 days to pay. Mr. Glass, is this your understanding of the agreement that you've reached?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. And if I could just ask, what was the 30 days to pay how much?
Sorry, of course, 254.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I think we'll have that change reflected, and we'll just send over copies of the documents to your email. The email that we used for setting the meeting today, did that email, is that email still good?
Yes, ma'am. Unless you're a creditor or an ex.
I am neither, Mr. Glass. So I will send that over to you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Matson.
Thank you, Mr. Glass. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
you're good to go without further request of the court.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Wolf, I'm moving you over to meet with Mr. Matson. I know your volume works because you showed me a minute ago, so I'm not going to worry about it. I didn't hear back from Mr. Alcozer. I bet he's solving his problems with his computer, and he'll, as soon as he's in, we'll take his cases up. But I'm going to move forward. I've got another person to talk to. Give me one moment. I'm just signing documents. And thank you, clerk, for being so patient about that reduction. Appreciate you. And so I did need to talk to, let me see, I have Jaden Scott here today. Mr. Scott, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. I sort of went roundabout today. I normally am a little more methodical. I normally describe the options for pleading, which are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. And I also normally go through the dismissal options, which I did. This is not a compliance eligible offense. If you have a valid Texas license that is not a CDL, it is one that potentially could go through the driver safety course option. And I did want to give just a little more information about that, because with that one, even though you save money, it's not cheap. So I just kind of like to tell everybody a little bit about this. Just maybe I'm overly civically minded, but every ticket that we have here, when someone files a ticket here, you know, an officer or what have you, every ticket has a court cost and a fine. And when you call the clerk and say, how much is this ticket? And they say, as I told Mr. Glass, 254, you know, often the first thought is, you've got to be kidding me. That's a lot of money, right? So let me just talk to you a little bit about what that represents. I'm not going to give you like a whole history lesson, but it's a court cost and a fine, that whole number. The court costs are set by the state through the legislature, and they're starting up in a week. They're going to start back up, 2 weeks from today. And they can raise those costs. And they can only do it every 2 years. What I will tell you, though, is when I started practicing law, it's been a minute, let's put it that way. Those court costs have gone from, they were $39 when I started. They are now, the range is $134 to $169, depending on the offense. And the court cost is, has to all get paid at once in the driver safety course option. The fine is set by the judge of the court. So whatever isn't in this category is the rest of it is the fine. Okay. So for example, your citation, sir, is at the window is 234. And of that, 144 of those dollars are the court costs. The remaining amount, which is 90, is the fine. In the driver safety course context, if you qualify, you pay the court cost, the 144, all at once. But I can, if you're otherwise qualified, I can work with you on the date. If that's something you're trying to do, we can talk about that. And the fine goes on hold. And then you have a 90-day window to turn in the proper course, the proper record. If you get it in early or on time, that ticket is dismissed. When it's dismissed, I waive this fine that's sitting out over here. Yes, you pay for the record, and yes, you pay for the course. Those run less than the $90. So you do still save some money. Sometimes it's about $100. In this case, it probably, my fine's not super high. It probably would be, you could save about, I would say $70, possibly, maybe 50 to 70, depending on where you decide to take your class, and you gain a dismissal. So I do go into a lot of depth about that because it's important to folks. The benefit to the state is that we know people drive a little bit better after they do that course. And Texas is the #1 state for death and dismemberment on our roadways. The younger the person, and you are a younger person, the younger the person, which is considered 25 and under, a younger person moves into a very high risk category as a general rule, not specific to you, but just as a general group. And we want to encourage them to take the course. It's best for them, but also they save money and keep it off your record. So I just want to throw that out there and talk to you about it a little bit. I also want to let you know that if you request a deferral under state law, because you are under 25, I would still be required to order a course as part of a condition of a deferral. That's a state law requirement. So I just want to let you know all that. You can think about it for a moment, a quick moment, because I jumped the gun and pulled the file, but I do want to talk to Mr. Wolf and Mr. Matson to keep the pretrial going. If we could check in on the Lingalia case.
Judge, I think we need one more reset on this so that Mr. Wolf can hear back from his client on an offer that we're waiting to hear about.
Okay. Can we look at March 18th as our setting date, please?
Yes, I think we'll be finished well before then.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, if we don't get it all wrapped up before then, you're committing to being here on that day. Will that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm just going to make that note. We'll send you that reset or later today. And if I get all the documents and sign them and remove it from the docket, then it will take it off that list, that setting. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. I hope you have a happy, joyous New Year, Mr. Wolf. But unless you need anything else from the court, you're free to go.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Matson, you are moving forward with Jesse Sanders III. Mr. Sanders, are you able to unmute and let me hear you?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm going to move you over to that breakout meeting with the prosecution, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Afterwards, you've seen the drill, but y'all will come back here.
Okay.
Okay. And Mr. Scott, let's keep continuing. So I guess the first question I have is, and there was an accident, but no injury, and there was a no insurance I guess they gave a warning. Give me just a moment. I don't sentence people to jail I got your note. I don't sentence people to jail for fines and costs. It's not lawful for a judge to do that, by the way. I can issue a warrant if I give people an opportunity to do other alternatives. In your case, we would do an alternative. And they'd fail to do it and don't want to do it or just ignore the court, But really what I would do in your case, and we can talk more about it. I want to hear from you what you would prefer, because I have some options. But if we reduce the balance to community service, it would be 12 hours. And are you still in the Temple area?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a list of places that are automatically friendly to community service calls from just anyone. And they need the help, especially this time of year. And we can just reduce your fines and costs to a 12-hour sentence of going out in the community to a nonprofit organization and collecting those hours. I have a pre-approved list. I have a way that if there's something you want to do, we need to make sure that I am allowed to accept those hours under state law. So it has to get pre-approved if it's not on my list. I work with people on that. So if we do that, we do a 2-week check-in for anything that you're trying to get pre-approved. If you're not doing that, if you're just using the list I provide, you don't have to take that step. But all the hours would be due in 30 days, which is so the first deadline would be 1/14, the second deadline would be 1/30, and that's called your final due date. And I have a form if you're trying to get a place approved that isn't already approved on my list. Will this work for you?
No.
No. Tell me what's up.
I mean, with all due respect, man, I'm not gonna do no community service for running no stop sign.
Okay.
And it's crazy at my young age how they say we're speeding, but most of the people who got a speeding ticket are older, and I haven't got a speeding ticket in my life.
I don't find that most people are older.
Most people in this call are older, and they got it for speeding.
So your fines and costs are 234. It's not a speeding charge, it's a stop sign charge.
I-
And I did receive a plea of guilty. Is that your plea at this time?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have listened, but I don't feel that I can order payments. I don't feel that, and I have two choices, payments or community service. So I am going to order community service.
I'm not doing that, man.
Well, I
No,
understand
no.
that, but I'm still going to order it because that's my order of the court. And the order of the court isn't a consensual thing. It's not something where I say, do you really like this order? It's
Oh,
the order that I'm making.
y'all finna come pick me
I'm
up?
going to go ahead and I'm going to mute you because you're talking over me and I will listen in a moment. And I'm hearing you. Yeah, he hung up. So 12 hours due, 1:30:25. He refused and hung up. So, but just send it to him and maybe cooler heads will prevail. If not, and he's listening, you can go ahead and earn a warrant and we'll take you to jail eventually, but it's not going to happen overnight because I need to give you an opportunity to calm down and maybe do something that's appropriate for your circumstances. Okay, moving on. Just a quick question. Is Kobe Vieira here or anyone representing him? I know it's only three of us, but I need to ask because it's a default on a problem case. So I don't want to just do that. We'll check in and see what happens there. And I also have a no-show that I want to check in about Joanne McElroy and Natasha Whitaker. I have maybe an email from that person, so I'll see what happens with that. I also have Miabe, you're going to be next, okay? And then Mr. Melnick, you'll be after that. And y'all just wait patiently. We'll definitely get to your cases, okay? Yes. Yes. Yeah, he was having audio trouble. And he hung up. He refused to agree to be disconnected.
She sends this email to Tracy.
Okay. Well, we can reset him one time. I don't know how his audio is working for everyone but us.
He's probably on, it sounds like he was on two courts.
Yeah, that's probably why. And when I thought he was talking to me, he was probably talking to that other court. But in any case, we can reset him one time or he can come in. So they can reset Zoom unless he wants to come in live. Yeah. I don't disagree with it, but you can't prove it. It's a feeling. Okay, that resolves him for today at least. Christian Casper, are you here? And Joanne McElroy, are you here? Josie Sanders, I know you're not here. We talked already about that live. And I'll deal with those in a little bit. Okay. Looks like Mr. Matson is back over, and let me go ahead and just get Mr. Sanders back in. Okay, Mr. Sanders is back in on screen. Thank you so much. And Mr. Matson, where are we with regard to the accusation of 60 and a 70?
Your Honor, we have reached an agreement for terms of deferral.
Okay,
Before that gets entered, though,
yes.
I am going to be reducing the balance of Mr. Sanders' citation to a total of $200.
Okay, so taking $54 off of the fine. And then what
That's
is,
correct, Your Honor.
thank you. And then what is the next step?
And then once that has been done, the deferral will be the 120-day period with a type 3A certified driving record turned into the court by the 60th day of that period and payment of the balance by day 30.
Okay, and the balance at that point will be $200. The driving record,
That's correct.
Thank you. The driving record, Mr. Sanders, is one that we are going to send you information for how to find the proper record. You should be able, if you have a copy of your driver's license, you ought to be able to go online and just print that. You'll have up to 60 days to do that. And you know, it doesn't have to be on that exact day, but don't go don't go past that date.
Okay.
Is this your understanding of the way to gain a dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, we're doing the reduction first. The next step is we'll get the deferral ready. It'll say 120 days of basically good behavior, a driving record, good behavior with regard to driving. A driving record due on the 60th day and payment due on the 30th day. And then it's just cool your heels, you know, make sure your driving is good and, you know, no tickets, no offenses, no warrants. If you put that in writing to us, you can do that either by email or by letter. You can't call it in because anyone could call in and claim to be you, and we wouldn't want to do that. So just in writing, any changes. And once I have that document ready, I'll email it to you this morning. Can you print it, sign it, and email it back today?
Yes.
Okay. We will email to you. The email we're going to plan to use is the email that is on file. That you know which one that is because that's where we sent the meeting today, the meeting link. Will that still work for you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. This is the way to gain a dismissal. And in other words, now I'm going to go ahead and let you go and just look for our email probably in the next hour-ish. and then get it back to us, and we'll get it all squared away and ready to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. You're good to go with the thanks of
Thank
the
you.
court. Thank you. Ms. Carrington, do you prefer to go by the name Miambe?
There we go. No, I don't know where Miambe is coming from. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. You know, you never know who set up the account. It's just some name that got put into your system at some point. So, Mr. Matson,
Yeah.
on Carring- sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm-
Mr. Matson, you're fine. Stay on. Your meeting is with Mr. Matson first, and I'm going to move you over to that meeting. And Mr. Matson, just ignore my conversation about her name. The Miambe name, that we don't know where it's from, but her name is Lawan Carrington. Thank you. Okay. We'll be wrapping up shortly, but Mr. Melnick, even though you're not the first person, you're not the least person, so don't worry. We'll be with you very shortly, okay? Thank you so much. And thank you for this too. Okay. And I'm just cooling my heels waiting for him to come back just like you are. Is this the school's in charge?
For me?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
asking.
Okay.
That's okay. I can look it up. I forgot that I don't mean to be insensitive. No, I keep talking to my clerk. Apologies. And she's really not a clerk. She's a coordinator, but I'm still old school. I keep calling everybody a clerk. Yeah. Yes, I got it. Oh, here comes Mr. Alcazar. Yes. Hi, Mr. Alcazar. Let me see if I can hear you now. Still not working.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
I can. Earlier, you were unmuting, but I still couldn't hear you.
I don't know what the deal was, Judge. And what I was trying to tell you was that, you remember when we had our last pretrial, told you I had a telephonic hearing at 9:30,
Mhm,
and
I
you had
remember.
indicated that I would be excused for that. And then the
No,
judge.
I didn't. I made a very clear note that you would be late, and that's fine. And I told you, just if you got here first, I'd put you in right away, and you were second, but then we couldn't get the audio. And it's possibly the case that since you were maybe in two meetings at one point, it did something to your audio. I don't know, but we're still
Right.
here.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge. I apologize to the court about that.
Thank you for that, Mr. Alcazar. I do appreciate that. Listen, I pulled your file back out, and if you would, it would be great if we can just have you two meet we've got one person just slightly ahead of you, and then y'all can have a quick conversation. We can just kind of check in and
Sure.
see where we are. No, I remember the conversation, and I have some notes about it on the file. I think what I said to you, well, what I wrote down that I said was, I understand. And if you were first or second, I'd get you in and out, maybe in time. And if you wound up having to go to that one first, then you'd come back to mine. So we did the either or, and you're here, and let's take a deep breath and get you squared away and get what you need from the court. And we'll go from there.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir, of course. I always try to accommodate where I can. Even you missed the person yelling at me a moment ago, so that was fun.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not fun. I'm joking. I'm being facetious.
I understand.
I don't enjoy it, but I'm not going to change my tune. I'm just going to stay respectful and even
Sure.
and just, wait it out. But a lot of pro se people, and this is a frustrating time of year for folks, especially when you're talking about money with them. And people are also sensitive if they feel like they did not do anything, and that's understandable. They have the right to their feelings. We don't have the right to just any level of expression we choose, but
Right.
he pled guilty, but he was yelling that I needed to just come pick him up because he wasn't going to do anything I ordered. So that will eventually probably happen, but we'll see. Hopefully.
Right.
What I just did was ordered community service because he doesn't have the money to pay it. We're going to email that all to him, and maybe cooler heads will prevail, and he'll still have that opportunity, even though he yelled. Not going to take it out on him. That would be wrong. So I've got 20. I know you can top me, Mr. Alcazar, but I've got 25 years of law, and I still go home at night, and I just take a deep breath, and I don't take it all home with me. So
No, I understand.
yeah, you've gotten there too, I'm sure. I mean, those first couple of years of practice, everything feels so personal, but it's really not. People are just where they're at. I think divorce law really was my early practice, and PI law, which is where you and I met years and years and years ago. You just get used to that things aren't going well for people, or they wouldn't need us.
Well, litigation's not what it was 30 years ago. I can tell you that.
I am hearing that as a real resounding cry from all members of the bar on every side. And I hadn't really thought to be concerned for the profession until recently.
Yeah. Well, I've got a jury trial the 13th and another one in February. I've got a busy trial docket coming up this year. So.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
But everything has changed. I hate to say it, but sometimes young lawyers need to take a step back.
And I'm not going to disagree with that. I will say this: they also need mentorship, and that is on my shoulders. That is on your shoulders. I was mentored beautifully by some of the most aggressive attorneys in town, but they were never disrespectful to the court. They even a judge they thought was dumb or whatever, even if they had a strong opinion that was negative, they still taught me that. And so, for me, the problem that I seem to encounter, I guess I'll be very candid, the problem I seem to encounter regularly with the young bar is that, well, not just the young bar, but when I have made application to the structures that are in place to deal with the discipline of that issue, I am met with no action whatsoever.
Right.
I really think that it's like everything else we're seeing in our culture. People are tired of trying to correct others, and so they just let the behavior continue.
Right.
And then if you're not doing that, everyone says, "Look how unreasonable you're being."
Right.
And that's true not just from the bench. I would say all the way around. And young people, I mean, I have a child, and I mean, she would bristle at that term because she's 30. But I have a child, and she's a nurse, and she's a really competent person. Maybe I always tell her, you're a little too smart to be working for everybody else. It'd probably be a good idea to get a higher level degree so that you can be in charge of things. What I get from her, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but she's like, I want to live my life, and then I want to go to work, and I don't I don't care about that career part. And I'm like, I hope you're sure, because it's harder and harder the older you get to go back and try to do that. And she's like, no, this is my decision. Okay, well, that's fine. She's happy with the income that she receives. She's happy with whatever. If you're later unhappy with your status though, and you want to change that, it does get increasingly difficult to change that. And although you can, and but she wants to talk about, well, this person that supervises me, and I'm like, well, you've decided you don't want to do that.
Right.
So what's your complaint?
Right.
Is your complaint, I hate where I've chosen to be? Because if that's your complaint, choose differently. So I'm running into that a lot. And then I also run into with young people, and this I really understand. I understand the first one too. Living life is really important. And feeling like you got a degree at an extreme level of payback, if you had to take loans and all that stuff, and most people do, is it worth it? So I know I really do get where they're coming from, and I try to stay very empathetic to that when I'm talking and mentoring the young people that I do. The other part that I keep encountering is folks who just feel like the world's ending and I don't want to be trying to fight for that. It's too big.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. I remember that song when we were growing up about, I never promised you a rose garden. I mean,
Right.
my generation is not actually the best one for putting up a good fight for what's right. But that doesn't mean I'm going to do it that way. And, I do see a lot of young people absolutely willing to step forward. It's just that in the context we're in the courts, we don't see as much of that, because here we're in a place where it's naturally playing to the less than
Understood.
side for
Right.
folks.
I agree.
So I just try to keep it in perspective and do what I can to either inspire or guide or recognize I can't get anywhere. But I had great mentors. And because I practiced first in the defense bar, many of those mentors aren't friendly with me anymore because they don't feel like they can be. That's fine. But well, I mean, it is what it is. But they're not rude to me. And I wouldn't think that they would be. And the same is true for the prosecution. I did that as well. So I'm not here to be friends anyway. I'm here to do the right thing. Miss Carrington, I'm going to unmute you. And Mr. Matson, can we check in on the case and see where we are?
We have reached an agreement, Your Honor, on a deferral.
Sure.
I do believe that Miss Carrington will qualify for community service. I wanted to confirm that with you.
She does. I did check.
Okay, so I'd like to have her balance converted into community service hours.
No problem. I agree. And it's 13 hours total.
I do know that Miss Carrington, correct me if I'm wrong, but she's not in Temple. I
Okay.
believe she is still in Texas, though. Is that
Yeah.
right?
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said, yes, ma'am. I'm in Katy.
Okay. So actually I can work with you. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how we get community service over there, because you don't have to drive over here to do all that. Mr. Matson, what are we doing in connection with that? Because I want to get the info from you and let you move forward.
Your Honor, I would also like to have her do a 6-hour course.
Does she have a way to pay for that course? Can someone help her in her life?
Miss Carrington, I think the courses range anywhere from $25 to $40. Is that something that you'd be able to get done?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then I will go ahead and do that. When would that be due?
That would be due by the 60th day of the deferral period.
Okay. And that's going to be actually when the community service is due. Are there any other conditions?
No, Your Honor, just good behavior.
Okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to work with Miss Carrington about how this is all the duties that she has and the options she has. I'm going to move you forward with Mr. Melnick. Mr. Alcoser had an audio problem that he has resolved. And he was very patient and got it done. And he'll be next with you. But Mr. Melnick, I know I said you were next, so I'm going to move you forward to that
Okay.
meeting. And
All right.
y'all are just having a optional meeting. Miss Carrington, here's what I do with regard to community service. Normally it's a 60-day window. I'm going to boom that out to 30 days. Okay. Now, I can accept community service under state law from any nonprofit organization under the laws of the state of Texas. So you'll have, I want to talk to you about it. Usually it's a 2-week window to find such a place. I'm going to send you a form. You'll give that form to those folks, get it back, have them fill it out, get it back from them, and you submit it to us by that normally 2-week period. I'm flexible a little bit on that. I'll address that with you in a moment. And that way I can make sure that you're doing hours that will truly be allowed to be accepted by the court under law. That way you have some assurance that you're not being taken advantage of and that you have something that's one and done. Okay. It'll be due at the same time that your course is due. The 13 hours represents your fines and costs at $20 an hour. And that'll be on your order. Okay. So you'll have all this in writing.
Okay.
Everything I'm telling you is going to be written down. What I'm going to do is try to just massage it a little bit if I need to. Do you have any nonprofit volunteer work that you currently do, like a church, mosque, whatever, temple?
No, I'm sorry.
But no, I'm listening. What were you going
We're
to talk?
new to Katie, so we were doing some we were doing some volunteer work. My son and I actually we would cut. My son was a barber for Feed My Sheep, and yeah, I won't get all into my long ordeal, but
Are you okay? Are you safe? Okay. Take a beat. It's okay. We'll get there.
There's just a lot going on right now. So as I was explaining to the other gentleman, if we can just work through my emotions, because while we're going through this, my husband was found unresponsive. So this is a very, I knew I could not show up. Just a ball of emotions right now.
Okay.
But yes, I was familiar with places in Temple. I know that I've heard that there are, Houston is not, well, it's about a half an hour. So Katy seems to be pretty big. I'm going to assume that there are, because I came from a domestic violence shelter, which I was in a Temple, I seem to have gotten, not that I know them offhand, but I have a long list of shelters here in Salvation Army. So I'm sure that I probably, the domestic violence shelters probably not, because they're like safe havens, but I'm sure if a Salvation Army or something of the sort, I would be able to probably volunteer for, and that'll help me actually feel like I'm giving back to, they were very helpful to me.
Okay, I can work with you on that, but let's give you a little more time, okay? So, what I think would be really advisable is to give like 30 days to find a place.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a due date of that as January 30th. And then I'm going to shift your due date for the hours, March 31st. That's 90 days, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to send all that to you with a deferred order. There's one signature I'm going to need back right up front, which is on the deferred order. But I have another question. I mean, I like the idea of you going out and doing something that feels good to you, because that's when I saw the smile come on your face. Okay. And I'm open to that. But I want to ask you, were you in a domestic violence shelter between the time of your ticket, which was late October 22nd, between there and today? Have you been in a domestic violence shelter?
Yes, ma'am. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and that's what, yes.
Okay. That's how you got down to Texas with a partner?
No. Just me and my children. We left that behind.
Okay. So you wound up here, and then you were in a shelter for a period of time.
Yes, ma'am.
And that was why you originally missed a court date, you're telling me? Do I have that right?
I didn't miss a court date. I said I didn't want to miss today.
Okay.
I was advising that even with the family matters going on, I still had to show up today. That's why I didn't get a moment to get my emotions in order.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna actually waive your fines and costs due to that domestic violence. Uh,
Thank you.
I mean, I think it's great, and I hope you do find a volunteer option because I can tell that that's your heart, where your heart goes. We'll still require the course, okay?
Oh, I don't listen. Texas and Pennsylvania is totally different. I agree to the course 100%.
Driver's safety still do it.
Yes. The course is due in 60 days. We're going to include a little flyer about that.
Okay.
Still want to get your signature on the deferred order today. Is that a possibility to print it, sign it, and send it back? You can scan it or you can photograph it back over to us.
Yeah. I just started this job and training. I don't get out until 4:30. I don't know if the courts is still open, but when I'm off of work, I definitely can send it over.
Okay. Yeah, send it on over and it'll be receipted today. And then we'll have it in your file. And then it's good behavior for 120 days. The fines and costs are being waived due to domestic violence. A 60-day check-in with your course. And we're going to send you a flyer for how to find the right course.
Okay.
And
You need updated
sorry.
You need an updated address.
If you have one, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't say it on the internet. You can email it to the email that we used. You can email it in with us when you send back your order signed.
Okay.
Just in the text of that email, tell us, okay?
Okay.
And but we don't say it online for anyone, let alone someone who's had to go through what you've gone through, okay?
Great, thank you.
Yeah. In fact, I was going to tell you because I saw a PO box on here and I thought, well, maybe we need to get that update. So, yeah. So again, 120-day deferral, waiving fines and costs due to everything. And then the course still due though in 60 days. And we're sending you a flyer for that as well as your deferral order. We'll send it to you here shortly. And then today at some point, you're printing it, signing it, and emailing it back with your new address.
Okay. Do I do the 13 hours? No, or
No.
okay. Thank you.
That's the thing I'm waiving.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like you doing, I really like that you're going to go find a place, but creating that pressure right now is not appropriate in my opinion as a judge on the court. So I'm making a waiver. In fact, I just signed it. And I just signed your deferral order. So that should all be coming to you. But we need to simplify things. What you don't need right now is for things to become immediately complicated again.
And it sometimes feels like that, but I got the understanding life is going to continue to life. And you just gotta, they say, like, do your lemons, you gotta make lemonade.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Best attitude ever. Thank you. Do you have any questions, Miss Carrington?
Well, I have time because the concern I have, this is new to me as well. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to get a key for your mail. No, it's okay because I go pick it up. Never mind, I still get my mail because I just got to go pick it up at the post office. It's okay, never mind.
We shouldn't be mailing anything to you unless there's a problem. We should be emailing you and we're just emailing that agreement.
Okay.
Results in a dismissal. You're emailing that back today. Within 60 days, you're emailing back the course. And then go ahead.
I'll receive the course and everything through email, not through snail mail. Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah. And the course, you'll find the course you want to take. What we have is kind of a cheat note for how to find one.
Okay.
Okay. What to put into the search engine so that you pull up the right stuff and not the wrong stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Not the predatory stuff.
No problems.
Yeah. Okay. Any further questions?
No, that's it. I appreciate it.
Okay. As long as you get that course in on time and no tickets and the signed order today or tomorrow, we might not we'll see. But today you'll send it over, and keep your address current. Then your case will be dismissed in 120 days.
Okay, thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye. And Mr. Matson and Mr. Melnick, I was about to blend your name somehow. Can we check in on the single accusation of speeding in a school zone?
Your Honor, we're going to set for bench trial on this one. I wasn't sure if Mr. Melnick would be required to come in for an in-person hearing or not.
You're in Austin, is that right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I can send you the paperwork over that sets the case on the bench trial docket for February 12th.
Okay.
We begin at 1 strict, so be here about 10 minutes before. If I email you all that today, can you print it, read it, sign it, and email it back today?
Is there like a certain time that you need it by, or just
Today.
like before midnight, you're saying, or is it
Well,
like
we
business?
close at 5, so I would like to get it today at by 5.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Can we use the email that we have on file?
Yes.
Okay,
Is it possible to do it over Zoom?
well, you still know the trial?
Yeah.
No, that's
Okay.
not authorized under state law.
Okay, got it.
So I can't, I'm not allowed to do that.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, I understand the reason for the request.
Yeah, understood.
So we'll email that over to you and get it back from you today. And then we'll see you you won't get a second reminder. We'll see you February 12th. But I do need signatures on all the documents today.
Okay, February 12th at 1 p.m., right?
Right, but that'll be in writing on the paperwork that you're signing.
Okay, understood.
And I'm just trying to honor the request to not make you drive up here to make those signatures.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Matson, let me move you over to talk to Mr. Alcazar.
February 12th was canceled.
Okay, that's all right. It's on my list though, so
I know.
just give it another date and
Okay.
highlight. Yeah, thank you. That's great. That's right. We just did that, didn't we? March is the 19th. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay, no problem.
Well,
We just sure have a lot of snafus on the calendar today, but
well, you know, it's because they took off Outlook.
yeah, well, I'll tell you what happened while you were gone.
I heard.
Yeah.
They took Outlook off this computer.
Mhm.
So we have to remote into Outlook. Well, it doesn't give us all of our access.
Oh,
So like I can't set up Zoom dates
on this computer.
on this computer. I can't look at my calendar on this computer. I can't.
So what I want to ask them is, and if you would ask them, but CC it to me and I'll reply and say, I have asked Aaron to push this. Can we get you under your profile to have Outlook and have everybody else do it the other way? And I'll tell you why. It's I'm gonna mute for a second. I don't want to say this on anything. It's not, it's just internal decisions. unmute me and let me go ahead and get Mr. Alcozer back over. And let me ask Mr. Matson to unmute, and we'll wrap up the docket, and then we'll talk about this other problem. Okay, let's get Mr. Alcozer back to unmuted and see where we are.
Your Honor, we have reached an agreement. The
Okay.
balance on Mr. Arvizu's citation is currently 234, and that's going to be reduced to a total of 154.
Okay, and then what?
And then once that has been updated in the court system, I think 30 days to make payment on that is appropriate. And I believe Mr. Alcozer was asking if a firm check would be accepted by the court.
Of course.
Okay.
Is it a hit, or are we doing something alternative with the sentence?
It'll be a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
No contest plea. Okay, let me summarize, and then I want to check in with Mr. Alcozer and make sure I've gotten it right as well. So a reduction of the balance from 234 to a total fines and costs of 154. Then a no contest plea with a straight hit of a finding, and 30 days to pay that on a plea of no contest. Is that your understanding, Mr. Alcozer?
It is, Judge.
And Mr. Matson, did I get it right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, then in that case, I will go ahead and get the reduction done, then accept the plea, give 30 days to pay. Mr. Alcozer, I'll send that information over to you later this morning once we get it all wrapped up on the processing side. And then your client will have up to 30 days to make payment.
Thank you, Judge. And as soon as I get the documents in, I'll fill everything out and send a firm check in.
Okay, that's great. Now, do you have any further questions for the court or Mr. Matson?
I do not, Your Honor, and thank you for your patience this morning with me.
Always, no problem.
Happy New Year to everyone.
May you have a joyous
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you. Let's see. I'm going to end the recording. I just want to talk to Mr. Matson about non